Is it time to buy or sell Opendoor Technologies stock? In this video, we will explore Opendoor Technologies in depth. Our initial report was published on our website on Thursday, the 4th of September, 2025, and now we are here to provide you with a more comprehensive analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay informed about our latest analyses. You do not want to overlook any vital updates that could influence your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by using our newly launched AI stock analysis tool, powered by GPT-4, at StockInvest.us. Leverage the capabilities of AI and receive free price predictions and in-depth analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please remember that this video is intended for informational purposes only and should not be regarded as financial advice. Since the 7th of July 2025, our system has ranked Opendoor Technologies as a hold accumulate, assigning it a score of 0. Let us examine the stock's performance during this time frame. During this period, the stock has exceeded our expectations, demonstrating a gain of 852.69% since we initially recommended purchasing Opendoor Technologies 43 days ago. This amounts to an average return of 19.83% per day since it was categorized as hold accumulate. A score of 0 suggests that our system foresees significant volatility and risk for the upcoming trading day. Given the recent developments, we are unable to predict the stock's next direction, as it could potentially move in either direction. The stock has broken through a very wide and strong rising short-term trend, indicating an even stronger rate of increase. For any potential pullback, there will now be support at the ceiling of the recently broken trend, which is $5.61. This level may present a second opportunity to capitalize on momentum. According to fan theory, $7.58 is the next possible trend top level, serving as a resistance that may not be surpassed on the first attempt. The current 3-month trend suggests a potential change of 481.95% over the next 3 months, with a possible return ranging from 255.15% to 447.42%. In examining the longer term, our 12-month analysis indicates a projected change of 1.03%. Based on our calculations, the stock's performance could fluctuate between negative 91.11% and 1.03% over the next year. In current terms, this would place the future price somewhere between 53 cents and $6.02. Our latest daily update for Opendoor Technologies reveals significant activity. Substantial fluctuations in Opendoor Technologies Inc. stock price on Thursday, moving 20.44% between high and low. On the last trading day, which was Thursday, the 4th of September, 2025, the Opendoor Technologies Inc. stock price increased by 16.18%, climbing from $5.13 to $5.96. This marks 5 consecutive days of gains. It will be intriguing to observe whether this upward trend continues or if there will be a brief pause in the coming days. During the last trading session, the stock experienced a fluctuation of 20.44%, ranging from a low of $5.04 to a high of $6.07. The price has risen in 8 of the last 10 days and has appreciated by 85.09% over the past 2 weeks. Moreover, trading volume increased on the last day alongside the price, which is a positive technical indicator, with a total of 150 million more shares exchanged than the previous day. In total, 448 million shares were traded, amounting to approximately $2.67 billion. Looking at the past 52 weeks, the highest stock price reached was $6.07, while the lowest was 50.8 cents. Currently, the price sits 1.81% or 11 cents below the 52-week high and 84.81% or $33.28 below the all-time high recorded on the 11th of February, 2021, when the price peaked at $39.24. Opendoor Technologies is experiencing significant growth, with its stock reaching a 3-year high. This rally has included intraday gains of as much as 12% this week. The momentum is driven by optimism surrounding housing stabilization, improved unit economics, and a shift towards profitability. Shares have seen dramatic increases since the beginning of the year, with notable advocates suggesting substantial upside potential, even targets that could multiply 6 to 10 times. market dynamics are intensified by a retail-driven, meme-inspired surge that resulted in a 142% increase in August alongside heavy trading volume. Recent leadership changes, including the resignation of the CEO and a significant share sale by the former chief, have introduced volatility and short-term selling pressure. Additionally, discussions about a potential national housing crisis and expectations of future easing by the Federal Reserve provide further support for demand and margin recovery. In the short term, anticipate ongoing price fluctuations influenced by momentum, news risks, and insider selling. Over the longer term, sustainable growth will depend on the successful execution of profitability strategies, timing within the housing cycle, and stability in management. Analyst ratings. On Wednesday, the 6th of August, 2025, it was reported that Citigroup assigned Open a sell grade with a downgrade action. On Tuesday, the 22nd of July, 2025, Morgan Stanley rated Open as overweight with a hold action. On Wednesday, the 16th of April, 2025, Citigroup rated Open as outperform with a hold action. On Friday, the 28th of February, 2025, Citigroup assigned Open a neutral grade with a hold action. On Tuesday, the 14th of May, 2024, UBS rated Open as market outperform with a hold action. Analysts have assigned a general sell rating to Opendoor Technologies stock. The price-to-earnings ratio is rated as a strong sell, while the price-to-book ratio receives a buy rating. Regarding return on investment, analysts also classify the stock with a strong sell rating. The following signals have been identified for Opendoor Technologies. The Opendoor Technologies Inc. stock holds buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, suggesting a positive outlook for the stock. Furthermore, a general buy signal arises from the relationship between these two indicators, where the short-term average is positioned above the long-term average. In the event of downward corrections, support is anticipated at levels of $4.80 and $3.12. A breakdown below either of these levels would trigger sell signals. A buy signal emerged from a pivot bottom point on Thursday, July 31st, 2025, and since then, the stock has risen by 223.91%. Continued upward movement is expected until a new top pivot is established. Additionally, a buy signal has been generated from the 3-month Moving Average Convergence Divergence, or MACD. Volume is increasing alongside the price, which is considered a favorable technical indicator. Here are some additional signals that may pique your interest. Moving Average Convergence Divergence, a buy signal. Pivots, a buy signal from 25 days ago. Bollinger Bands, a buy signal from 108 days ago. Short-term moving average, a sell signal from 7 days ago. Long-term moving average, a buy signal from 44 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages indicated a buy signal from 42 days ago. If we examine the 12-month chart, we observe short moving average, a buy signal from 19 days ago. Long-term moving average, a buy signal from 39 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages showed a buy signal from 34 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you wish to discover more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for Opendoor Technologies. On the downside, the stock finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $5.01 and $4.70. There is a natural risk involved when a stock is testing a support level, as breaking this level may lead the stock to the next support point. In this case, Opendoor Technologies Inc. finds support just below today's level at $5.01. If this level is breached, then the next support from accumulated volume will be at $4.70 and $4.54. This stock may experience significant movement during the day, indicating high volatility, and with a considerable prediction interval from the Bollinger Band, this stock is considered to be very high risk. Over the last day, the stock fluctuated by $1.03 between its high and low, or 20.44%. For the past week, the stock has exhibited a daily average volatility of 16.48%. Before we dive into the potential trading levels for Opendoor Technologies, let's briefly discuss some essential fundamental data. First, we have the price-to-earnings ratio, commonly known as the PE ratio. This important metric compares a company's current share price to its earnings per share. A negative PE ratio indicates that the company has negative earnings or is currently losing money. Even well-established companies can experience downturns, often due to external factors. However, persistent negative P/E ratios could suggest inadequate profitability and potential bankruptcy risks. In other news, the upcoming earnings report for the third quarter of 2025 is anticipated on the 6th of November, 2025. Analysts have a consensus estimate of -7 cents. It's important to monitor these figures as they can significantly influence stock prices. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for Opendoor Technologies. There's no significant resistance from accumulated volume above, which indicates that the stock could move upwards swiftly under favorable conditions. In this case, you might consider entering a position and using volume to guide your exit strategy. On the downside, Opendoor Technologies faces its first support level at $5.01. If this support level holds, it could serve as a promising entry point, anticipating a rebound. The combined average rating for Opendoor Technologies from multiple analyst sources is sell. Now, let's examine some recent insider trades. On the 28th of August, 2025, Radha Krishnasrisha made an insider purchase of 1,600 shares of common stock. On the same day, Radha Krishnasrisha executed another insider purchase, this time acquiring 28,400 shares of common stock. Earlier, on the 15th of August, 2025, Radha Krishnasrisha made an insider purchase of no shares of common stock. On the 21st of July, 2025, Schaub Sydney sold 30,000 shares of common stock as an insider transaction. Just a few days prior, on the 15th of July, 2025, Schaub Sydney sold 17,236 shares of common stock. Analyzing the 100 most recent insider trades, we find the insider power to be positive, with a ratio of 25.644. In total, insiders purchased 7,475,978 shares and sold 5,127,483 shares in the last 100 trades. Our recommended stop loss is set at $5.75, which represents a decrease of 3.54%. This stock experiences significant daily fluctuations, indicating a high level of risk. A buy signal has been generated from a pivot bottom identified 24 days ago. Is Opendoor Technologies stock a good buy? Opendoor Technologies Inc. presents several positive signals. However, we do not find these sufficient to classify it as a buy candidate at this moment. Currently, it should be viewed as a hold candidate, either to maintain or accumulate shares while awaiting further developments. Due to minor weaknesses in the technical landscape, we have adjusted our analysis conclusion for this stock from a strong buy to a hold candidate since our last evaluation. After examining the volatility and movements from the last trading day, our systems indicate that the current price appears to be overvalued. For trading on Friday, the 5th of September, we anticipate that Opendoor Technologies will open lower by 270 cents and begin trading at $5.69. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money and that you should consult with a financial advisor before buying or selling any securities. Your investment decisions should not be based solely on information from StockInvest.us. By using this information, you agree to take full responsibility for your own investment choices. This is our current view of the stock. Do you agree or disagree? Please comment below and share your thoughts. What is your target for the stock? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a wonderful day. With regards from all of us here at Stock Invest.